Hi everyone, here is Johnny the Freaker back again on our YouTube channel, Wow Food. Today I'll be talking to you on something very important, and that has to do with healthy diet. I'll be showing to you 10 ways by which many people are gradually killing themselves unknowingly to them, and it's really very pathetic. Before I go on, I want to remind you that your priority in life should be your health, and because your health is one of the most important thing you have. For without health there is no life. Without good health, life is not worth enjoying. That's why you have to take your health very there is no life. Without good health, life is not worth enjoying. That's why you have to take your health very important. So a healthy one of the most important thing, and what you should be more concerned about. And you know what? During the time of COVID 19, just 2 years ago, I was so amazed when I saw that the pandemic struck the world and there was no medical solution, no hospital could actually take care of that healthy diet. And that was the emphasis of everyone. But we shouldn't wait until pandemic strike before we remember the priority. In fact, you should know what God created and made that should be the healing for man is actually healthy diet. If you eat well and take care of your diet, you will never fall sick and you will actually live and perform optimally in life, in your career, and the rest. So, what then is this healthy diet? A healthy diet has to do with consuming high quality proteins, carbohydrates, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and water, and in the food you take, while ensuring that you avoid other foods that are very harmful. It's one thing to take the right kind of food, and it's another thing to actually avoid the harmful types of food. So you have to avoid saturated fats, alcohol that actually adverse or can affect your health adversely. Thank you. Let's move on now. I want to show you some of those things and 10 things that people are doing against themselves and knowingly to them or knowingly to them, they're actually killing themselves, and some of them will actually result to health complications. Some of them will actually have to die before the time they were supposed, and you may be one. So as you check up yourself and you discover you are not actually doing yourself any good by eating the right kind of diet, you would have to adjust. Thank you. Number one, base your meal on high fiber carbohydrates. There are different varieties of carbohydrates, especially those of us in Africa, in Nigeria, where most of our meals are very rich in carbohydrate. You have to be selective about it and ensure that you eat those carbohydrates that are very rich in fiber, like the sweet potato, brown rice, the whole meat pasta, banana, avocado, carrots, strawberries, pears, and the rest of them. So you should eat foods like this in actually high proportion. Number two, eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Ensure you eat lots of fruits and vegetables. They're good for you. In fact, it is recommended that you should eat at least five varieties every day. So fruits like the apples, pears, oranges, grapefruits, lime, apricots, peaches, plums, mangoes, watermelons, strawberries, and the rest of them are actually very good. And you should ensure you take at least five of those varieties in a day. It doesn't have to be in a large quantity, it could be just little portion, but just take them as you want. And then vegetables not to miss out, vegetables like lettuce, spinach, cabbage, pumpkin, the cucumber, celery, onion, garlic, shallot, and the rest of them. Ensure you take them right. Thank you. Now let's move to number three. Number three thing you should do to ensure that you keep yourself healthy is you should eat fish. Fish is very good. I like fish so much. Now, fish is a good source of low fat quality protein, and it contains vitamins and minerals that can lower the blood pressure. And you know what? The food you eat are actually the medicines you have. That medicines God created. And if you take them the right proportion, you actually live very healthy. So this fish also helps your brain to function very well. And for infants, it helps them to develop and in their vision, pregnant women, it will also help them to build their nerves, and it reduces also the risk of heart attack or stroke. In fact, the American Heart Association recommends eating fish at least 2 times per week for a healthy diet. Now, the next one is that you should ensure that you eat fresh food. And I want to tell you that as much as possible, you should avoid eating cooked food. This means eating raw food, fresh food, and less cooked food. Food scientists have firmly established that food that is really damaged and degraded by the process of cooking. So, in cooking, like boiling, frying, baking, roasting, and the rest, some of the food actually lose their nutrients. And it's very good you go natural. That's how God created them to be. And if you go that way, you enjoy the good health. Now, although some foods also are there that need to be cooked so as to destroy some of the harmful substances like germs in them, but you should know that even though you are going to cook them, you should cook them the right way. And when you do the right way, you're gonna enjoy your meal. Now, the next thing we are talking about, number five, is reduce your intake of fat and sugar, saturated fat specifically. You should reduce it as much as possible. Things like ice cream, hard cheese, cakes, biscuit, butter, sausages, they contain this saturated fat I'm talking about. And when you take them in large quantity, they will clog in your arteries and will hinder the flow of blood. And that is what we say somebody has high cholesterol, and before you know, different health complications start coming in. And now the next one is the sugar we talk about. Sugar is not very good for you. Don't take sugar in large amount regularly, because it will increase your risk of obesity and tooth decay. Sugary food drinks or sugary drinks, carbonated drinks, often in high energy, are often contain high amount of sugar, which when taken will actually hamper your growth. Number six, you should eat less salt. Eat less salt. As you know, take not more than 6 grams of salt as adults every day. And you don't go beyond. In fact, taking lesser is even better for you. So use raw unrefined sea salt instead of the refined table salt. That's very good for you. Eating too much of salt can raise your blood pressure. People with high blood pressure are more likely to develop heart disease or have stroke because of the high intake of salt. Number seven, be active. Don't just be inactive, dull, and dormant. Ensure that you exercise as well as eating healthily. Being active is actually very, very important because it will reduce your risk of getting serious health challenges. It's also very important for your overall health and well-being. Number eight, drink more water. It is important. Water, in fact, is the next thing to what we call oxygen. After oxygen in life, water is important. If you stay for 3 days without taking water, such person will just die and then he's gone. But you can stay for days without food, but you must not. You can't stay for days, 3, 4, 5 days without taking water. That shows you how important water is, because water forms the bulk of blood and tissue. It's fluid and therefore very essential. It's needed. Water is needed for the transportation of nutrients, hormones, and waste products around the body. You need to drink plenty of this water to so as to keep yourself. I just recommend drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is you making sure that you cook your food on the right way. Get it? Now, cooking is very important, but you must learn to cook your food rightly. A lot of people just get their food and they cook anyhow, and at the end, they end up eating only the carbs and the nutrients are gone. So, because healthy diet also entails you preparing your food in the right way so as to ensure that you continue to maintain the nutritional benefits, the nutrients that the food contains. So, for instance, there are some food you could have actually actually fry. And I know a lot of people enjoy fried food, but instead of frying your food, you can still get the same food with a better amount, greater high amount of nutrient if you can grill that food. Now, another thing is, instead of boiling, you can steam your food. Instead of cooking on a high heat, you cook it on a very low heat. Number 10, do not skip your breakfast health, because you know what, all through the night you have been on a very long fasting for about 6 to 8 hours, and now you are in the day. You don't need to fast any longer for the next 6 8 hours again, making it 16 hours, 14 hours fasting all through. What will your body need to build a body metabolism? You don't need that. So what do? Eat your breakfast every day. If you don't take your breakfast, it's going to hamper your growth, it's going to affect your mood, it's going to affect your body, and you can't have a healthy body. You should have breakfast within your 2 hours of waking up from your sleep. Skipping breakfast doesn't make you to lose weight. If you're taking healthy breakfast, like breakfast that is rich in fiber, will help you to control your weight, and then will help in keeping your memory ability, and then it's very, very healthy for your heart. That's what your heart wants. So ensure you take your breakfast from today. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe, click that button, turn on the notification bell so that you can get this content another time we drop it. Thank you.